movie Smokey and the Bandit. It was written by Jerry Reed and Dick Feller, and it was performed by Jerry Reed, who also starred in the movie. The banjo player on the record was Bobby Thompson, who you might know from his appearances on the famous TV show Hee Haw. This song happens to be the most requested song of all the ones I've ever done, so I finally got around to doing this video. And the thing that makes it tricky is that Bobby Thompson played two banjo parts, so you're hearing two banjos. You got to figure out just where you're going to grab your notes. And the other thing is that he's only playing banjo in the background. He doesn't take a solo. So what I put together was some of his licks along with trying to get the melody in there. One of the things that makes this song a bit unusual is the chord progression. So take a second to see how the chords are going to lay out. We'll now go over some of the licks that you're going to see, and then we'll put the whole thing together in a play-along track. The introduction starts on the E minor with a hammer and then a pull. Then a slide. That's a lick that Earl Scruggs used in Cripple Creek and other songs. So those two measures together. When you go to the C chord, you do the same thing. Do your hammer on while holding the other two fingers of a C chord. When you get to the A chord, hold a bar, do a forward roll. And the second measure is back to the slide in the pull-off. And then he plays this very famous Earl Scruggs lick that was used in Old Joe Clark and other songs. So if you're unfamiliar with that, you're holding these two notes, putting your third finger on the third fret, doing a pull-off. And at that point, the chorus begins. Here's where I try to track the melody rather than playing just the notes that you hear on the record, and this way you'll be able to recognize the tune better. So it goes Eastbound and down, loaded up and truckin'. And here's that broken down for you. Next we go to the F and the C chord. Notice I kept my first finger down through all of that. The next two measures are another famous Earl Scruggs lick. And that is actually a lick that Bobby Thompson played on the recording. You then will play the G and the A measures again. This time when you come to the F, it will be followed by this D lick that begins on the 5th string. And then this famous tag lick. And those are your transition notes down to the verse. What I'm playing for the verse sounds very much like the introduction. You have your hammer and pull on the E minor. But this time you just go into a forward roll off the 2nd string. And again do the same thing for the C chord. Just one measure of A. Slide up to the B, and you're back to your E minor. You repeat those E minor measures, you repeat the C measures, then you come up to this A chord. Slide again into your B. And that timing is something that Bobby Thompson played. And there's your pickup notes, and you go back and play a whole nother chorus. I now will perform the song up to speed for you. There will be a scrolling tab going across the screen. If you need to, feel free to use the YouTube features to slow it down and get a sense of how it's going. As always, dig in and have fun.